Well, my name is Aditya, and I'm a rising freshman at Cupertino High School. For my starter project, I created a motion alarm that uses an ultrasonic sensor to detect if an object is nearby, and then it would light up an LED and a buzzer. But for my main project, I created a fully automated robotic arm that uses object detection in order to sense pieces of food on a plate, and then it'll pick it up and feed it to you. I thought this would be a great solution for disabled individuals or for lazy people like me. So if I quickly run my program, the camera at the end of the arm would take a picture of the plate. In this case, it's just a blue piece of styrofoam to signify a piece of food. But then it would use something called object detection in order to find out how many objects there are, find the boundary and the location of them. This specific type of object detection is called edge detection. Edge detection is an imaging processing technique that finds the disparities in brightness in order to find the boundaries of an object. So once the boundaries of an object are found through edge detection, it's able to convert the center coordinate into something called polar coordinates, which is what the 4 servos in this arm can understand. The 4 servos then work together to move a certain amount of degrees in order to actually pick up a piece of food. So if you give it a second, it should move up and it should be able to pick up a piece of food. Okay. Let's see. Okay. I'll rerun it. Normally this doesn't happen.
You're doing great.
Thank you.
Yeah.
For some reason, it's not working. I think I don't have my battery. So is it okay if I come back up?
Yeah, you can come back up after intermission to show.
Okay, sure.
That's fine.
Thank you.
Okay.
Put back down.
No, not for now. Keep going.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we want to hear about
Okay,
it.
so it would essentially pick up the piece of food and then raise it to somewhere near your mouth. And once it has it, you would just bite it off. But throughout these last 6 weeks, my project had many different twists and turns. I was able, things I originally thought to be super easy, like just building the arm, getting the 4 servo motors to work together, turned out to be the most challenging. But through that, I was able to learn the physics behind arm movement, while also working with the Raspberry Pi and different types of object detection programs. Now that I have a decent program working, it's able to pick up different pieces of food and feed it to you. In the future, I would like to implement a better way to object detect, a more accurate way. But more importantly, I want to implement voice detection, so the user could just say a few words or a phrase, and then it would pick a piece of food and then feed it to you. Overall, these last 6 weeks have brought out the best and worst in me. I found out a few things that I want to work in both hardware and software, and more specifically, I want to use software to optimize like different mechanical builds, just like this one. But all in all, it was a really interesting and fun experience. Thank you.
I need that for my son.
So it's not a free ride for our audience. We challenge you to ask them 3 to 5 technical questions. They've really worked hard on these projects, and we'd love to showcase all the knowledge they've gained. So, please, any questions?
Can it detect if you have liquid? So it's, where the boundaries are sort of not very defined.
So in this case right now, it's just with the fork. So it's just prepared to like pick pieces of food with a fork. But in the future, like a spoon would be better for liquids or things in a bowl. And then that would require slightly different types of movements in order to actually curve up and pick it. But similar mechanisms could be used.
How does it detect the way to get it? Like, if you press your face and...
Right now, it's kind of like pre-programmed, so I would just move the servos up to my mouth, and then it will understand where to go in the future, and then it will just come back to a similar location.
Is it able to detect the size of an object? Because I'm assuming if it's stabbed like a giant steak, you would want to be able to keep that in one bite, right?
Exactly. So yeah, so the program is ready. It has a certain limitation on the size of the piece, because this fork, of course, can't pick up a heavy piece of steak or a heavy piece of food. So it does have size restrictions.
So I was noticing in the actual graphic that was showing what edges were detecting, it was also detecting the side of the wooden board, and it might have been finding that as it also like separate from the tablecloth.
Yeah.
So would it by any chance also like, if it when it detects those other edges? You mentioned that it detects if it's too big, it won't pick it up.
Yeah.
So how, if it sees those other large edges, does it decide not, like how does it know what's the food and what's just the edge of the table?
Yeah, so right now it's only prepared for like detecting discontinuities in brightness, so it won't be able to differentiate between like a Lego block and like a piece of food yet. But I think in the future with like a better object detection program, it should be able to slightly differentiate between different types of objects.
What kind of object detection technique?
Yeah, I mentioned something called edge detection. It's a relatively
Using more software.
yeah, so I use OpenCV. It's like a library full of pieces of code that can be implemented in Python, and that's Python something that the Raspberry Pi can understand. Yeah.
What specifically did you learn about the physics of arm motion?
Yeah, so I learned a few things. I ended up rebuilding the arm 2 or 3 times just because it was too heavy, and I learned the importance in balancing weight, the principle behind moving the motors together to achieve any location. I briefly went into learning like a portion of inverse kinematics, just to be able to move the arm to a certain location. All about balance, those simple things.